Body language reveals a lot about Tiffany and Donald Trump's relationship. Something's up. President Trump's relationship with his younger daughter, Tiffany Trump, has been the subject of much observation, with Gossip Mag speculating that the pair's historically distant relationship has deteriorated since he became president. Elite Daily spoke with a body language expert, Blanca Cobb, who looked at photos of the pair from Tiffany's toddlerhood to now, and said that something shifted around Tiffany's college graduation in 2016, and father and daughter began to seem more strained. Cobb contrasted photos of Trump and a young Tiffany Trump together, when they seemed much closer, at least in photos, with Tiffany Trump's Instagram post from her commencement, in which tension between the two seemed impossible to hide. Although Trump and Tiffany are all smiles, it's interesting that his arm closest to her is resting by his side instead of wrapped around her back, which is what you typically see when people pose for photos. Tiffany grew up with her mother, Marla Maples, in California, away from Trump Central in New York. Although she's now attending Georgetown Law School in Washington, D.C., the two sometimes don't speak for months at a time. People reported in April, when she made a rare joint appearance with her father at an infrastructure event in Ohio. Since the inauguration, Tiffany and her father have sometimes gone for months without speaking, and she went a very long time without seeing him, People reports. The last time she was at a family function with him, it was awkward for her and she didn't feel totally welcome. At the Ohio event, Trump introduced his daughters, speaking of a job well done. "We have two of my daughters here today, Ivanka, who is working hard on infrastructure," he said. Ivanka and Tiffany. So what's driving the wedge between Donald and Tiffany Trump? And although Tiffany has been publicly supportive of her father's foray into politics, having given a speech at the Republican National Convention, something about the presidency seems to have driven a wedge in their relationship. They always had a strained relationship her whole life, and it got exacerbated by the presidency, people said. It's gotten much worse now. It could be media outlets constantly pointing out the ways in which Trump is subtly and not so subtly shading this daughter. On Election Day 2016, he told Fox News he was prouder of Tiffany to a lesser extent than his other children. Later, Twitter users pointed out that Trump repeatedly used commas to suggest that Ivanka was his only daughter. Or it could be Tiffany Trump's own subtle and not so subtle statements on social media. During the March for Our Lives, she liked an Instagram story in which a protester held a sign saying that Republicans would be massacred in the midterm elections. Shortly after that, she posted an Instagram story of her own in which she was playing trumped-up cards, a card game that mercilessly mocks her father. Body language reveals a lot about Tiffany and Donald Trump's relationship. Something's up. President Trump's relationship with his younger daughter.